What's up guys, it's Ethos here, and today I'm bringing you a new video on how to improve your reaction time, or rather how to apply your reaction time in game, how to have that actually translate to being something you can use in game. Now, a lot of you guys ask me, how are you so fast? How do you get such a good reaction time? How do I use that reaction time in game? Is probably the most prevalent thing that I see, right? That's the most important thing. It's not just about improving raw reaction time. You don't need to just improve how fast you can click the second you see something. It's about learning how to use your superior reaction time and being able to translate that into an advantage in game. So I'm going to show you how to actually improve that application, that translation, so you can convert it over and pair your reaction time with your aim. Because if you can get good aim with reaction time, then you're going to be a god. You're going to be so good at the game. So let's get right into it. So this is Aimlab, and if you don't know what Aimlab is a free FPS trainer that helps you get better at literally any game that requires you to point and click with the mouse. So I'm talking CSGO, I'm talking Valorant, I'm talking Apex Legends, I'm talking Fortnite, literally anything that requires you to be accurate with your mouse, Aimlab will help with. Not just Valorant, but for the purpose of this stream, of this video, of my channel, I'm more Valorant based. You guys know that. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to apply these kind of aiming mechanics, these techniques, into bettering your game, and specifically Valorant and tactical FPSs. Also, I do have to mention that this video is brought to you by Aimlab. They are sponsoring this video. Make sure to check out Aimlab in the description below to download Aimlab for free and elevate your game. So anyways, what you guys are seeing right now is actually an unreleased playlist that I'm releasing today with this video. I made this playlist specifically for this video with all the routines that I think will best fit how to improve your reaction time, how to translate your reaction time into game. And I made it in a specific order as well that'll help you kind of ease into getting better at applying your reaction time in game. It's called the Ethos Reflex routine. At the time of recording this video, I had not uploaded it to the workshop yet. I'm going to play through the Reflex routine real quick and show you guys what's in it and tell you a little bit about why I have these things in here, right? And what your approach should be tackling these different tasks, right? And all these tasks are actually default scenarios that were made by Aimlab. I just picked out the best ones that I find really help me improve my reaction time and improve my gameplay. So starting off, we have motion shot speed. Now you guys will know this from my other warm-up routine, right? I use this to help me wake up my wrist and wake up my arm. And it's kind of the same idea here. Basically, what you want to do is take your time to make sure you're hitting the one that's strafing away and then flick back to the center. Right now I'm going kind of slow just because I'm talking and I want to work you guys through with this. The idea is to really open up your wrist, flex those muscles. It's a good warm-up. When you hit certain speeds on motion shot speed where you no longer have time to think and you're more so just reacting, you're practicing reacting with these scenarios here. You're just using your reflexes. You're not really taking time to think or to aim too much anymore. You're just going as fast as you can, seeing something pop up on your screen and acquiring that target and then flicking back. It's a great speed scenario, great for opening up your wrist and great for kind of waking up your brain, waking up your mind. Make sure to be reactive, putting most of the speed on the flick back. God, that was such a bad run. You know, it's to be expected. Trying to talk and explain what I'm doing as I do a run, I'm not expecting to get a great run. So that's kind of how it's going to be for this entire playlist. But you get the gist. Basically, approach motion shot speed, approach this scenario the way I tell you to, and you'll start to feel yourself expanding that attention span. One big thing that I see with improving your reaction time in game, it's not necessarily increasing your highest peak reaction time, right? Your highest peak, but it's important to be able to keep up your consistency with your reaction time. Being able to stay focused and reactive for long periods of time. So you're holding an angle and you can only stay super reactive for, let's say, 3 to 5 seconds. Let's make that 30 seconds. Let's make that 35 seconds, you know, where you're just super honed in and anyone who peaks you in that time, you'll hit them with a relatively good reaction time. You'll react quickly because the way I see reaction time, it's like a wave and you want it to kind of be a big plateau at the top. Things like this, motion shot speed, will help you maintain your endurance kind of. This is what I think of it as, is endurance, where you're just kind of fully focused, fully ready to react. Next up, you guys know this one as well, it's spider shot speed. Now this is just like the similar idea with motion shot speed. It's just all the targets are now stagnant, but still you want to try and build your endurance with that. That's why I have this one as well. So again, with this one, you want to acquire the target first with good accuracy and then flick back, kind of like this. But the faster you get, the less time you'll have to think and the more you'll rely on your reflexes and staying reactive. In these scenarios especially, it's hard to stay focused for the entire time. It's hard to stay reactive and reflexive, and you'll feel it. You'll feel that where you just start to fall off. Even though you hit like 20 targets in a row, you'll start to feel weird. It won't feel as focused, and then that's what you're working on. You want to keep working on that, keep working towards that. That was a decent run. I could definitely do better, of course, but you know, again, it is how it is. So there you go. Again, this is another great scenario for building your endurance, and this is something that you should keep playing until you feel comfortable and you feel like you've improved that window of focus that you're building on. So next up we have micro shot. All right, micro shot speed, same idea, right? But now it's just focusing more on micro adjustments, micro flicks, where you're just kind of not moving around too much, but you're still keeping that window of focus. With this one, definitely try to focus on staying on task, staying focused, staying locked in, and not missing a shot here, because missing a shot will definitely mess up your rhythm. And if you do mess up your shot and you do lose rhythm like that, you want to try to find your rhythm right away. It's still all about endurance, trying to keep that endurance up for a full minute, where you're constantly honing, constantly reacting to everything that's on your screen, keeping accuracy with it as well. This is all about building good reaction time, pairing it with good aim, because that's how you're going to really find a way to translate your reaction time into game. You know what flow state is? You're basically trying to hit flow state. Okay, now that those 3 initial endurance tasks, that's just trying to, like, more than anything wake you up for the rest of the playlist, we move on to reflex shot. Now this one, again, I mean, it's a reflex routine, so what would a reflex routine be without a reflex shot? So this one's about opening up your wrist again. It spawns these targets all over the screen, right? And it's basically just testing how fast you can acquire them. With this, definitely you want to make a nice initial flick to it if it's big, and then making a small micro adjustment if needed. It's also good at kind of having you classify targets as well. I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but basically for big targets, right, you want to be able to just flick right away like that. Then small targets you want to recognize also and not shoot, and make sure you take an extra second to make sure that you are actually on top of the smaller targets like that. Same with size, is also about distance as well. The closer targets you can flick fast like that, then the longer ones you might have to take more time on. Stay reactive, stay loose, they'll kind of just lock you in. Help build that window of focus. Next up, we have one of the newer tasks in AimLab. It's angle hold. This is kind of directly translating reaction time and the window of focus we're talking about into a Valorant tactical FPS shooter. So basically they'll all be at head level, right? But it's about letting them come out and then instantly shooting them as they come out. But we're going for speed here. You want to go left and right and just hold the angle. I hold middle and then flick to wherever they go. So okay, if you miss some shots, you're going for speed here. You want to be reactive, and it's a very real game kind of example. Go back, flick, like that. For this one, I definitely chase speed first and then let your accuracy come in later. If you really are struggling with speed, you can slow it down. But again, we're focusing on being reactive and reflexive here, right? I don't even know if that's the correct use of reflexive. I don't think it is, but hey, you know what? It has the word reflex in it, so it's fine. So again, that was angle hold. That was kind of just putting all of this stuff now down into a format that makes more sense for Valorant and CSGO and other tactical FPSs, where crosshair placement and keeping your aim locked vertically, it's something that'll directly kind of translate for training in Valorant. For our next task, we have Microshot Ultimate. So this is the normal version of Microshot. It's kind of teaching you to tame the reflexiveness. Now, we've been really active, we've been super active, we've been super fast, but now I want us to focus a little bit more about making sure that you're hitting your shots along with being reactive, right? If you want to start off slow, you can, but eventually you should start feeling yourself speed up. Again, you want to go to the sides and then flick back in. This will train your endurance, train your accuracy, and obviously train your reaction time. Now that we've opened up our wrist a little bit again, let's move on to our next task, Microflex. Now, you guys know me, I'm a huge Microflex fan. This is all about being precise with good reaction time here. So make sure that you're not missing the target, right? And you'll slowly just start speeding up. Make sure you don't miss though. Accuracy is definitely very important in this. The reason why I have a scenario like this in the playlist is because it's important not to just flick and shoot everything you see, right? It's important to also make sure you're flicking and then taking your time to make sure you hit the shots, right? Because if you're just reacting and just flicking at everything you see, you're probably not gonna hit a lot of shots, right? It's important to also make sure that you're being accurate as well. So this will teach you to use your reaction time to get the jump on reacting to the target first. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to shoot them, but to line up the headshot and then take the head out. So that's kind of what these scenarios are for. It's a good combo of, again, good aim and reaction time. Next, we have, again, one of AimLab's new scenarios, Headshot. Now, this one was actually used in G2's like challenge or whatever, and I loved it a lot. Actually, I think I tied Pitt's score or beat Pitt's score, but I think my high score was like 105k on this. But it's such a great scenario for Valorant, I think, because it locks your movement vertically. It doesn't actually lock it, but it only spawns targets on one horizontal line. It's all about speed here, you know? I just start off slow and then speed will eventually kick in. Once you start to feel yourself plateau though at a certain score and you need more speed and you already have a high accuracy, that's when you gotta start chasing speed, going for as fast as you can. So one of those scenarios, again, where you should start going so fast that you can't can't think anymore, and you just hit that flow state where you're just only reacting. You become like an aiming entity. I don't know how to explain it, but the more times you can get into just that state, the better you'll be. The more kind of environments you're gonna win in Valorant. That is a really good scenario for building your endurance and everything. And you know, it's obviously, it has its pros for being a Valorant-esque kind of tactical shooter-esque kind of scenario where it's all on a line, right? Where you're just keeping at head level, where you're assuming you have good crosshair placement. Moving on, right after we just taught that kind of motion of just going side to side a lot, we're now going to directly implement that into AimLab's newest scenario, headshot reflex, which is the same idea, but it's all about reflex now. It's all about being accurate and being fast, right? It's not about just clicking the second it comes up. It's not about clicking a lot at one straight sequence. It's about reacting to them in time and using your good reflexes. This mode reminds me a lot of the hard mode on the shooting range, which again, I used to hold the world record for back in beta. Pretty proud of. You'll miss a lot at first, like I'm doing right now because I'm talking. Overall, it's a really good scenario. Remember, again, make sure you're flicking to it, then making a micro adjustment after the fact. Also, don't be discouraged by the score here, because if you actually look at the leaderboard, there's not a lot of people who have the highest score is actually 90k. So I'm pretty sure the percentage is just based off of the number you get. So like 77k, that's 77%. So don't be discouraged by that. See, the highest score here is 90, and if I had leaderboards on, I would be around here on the scoreboard. So don't worry about the score. Again, this stuff is more for getting better at the game, not for scores. If you want to play for scores, go for it. If you're looking at that stat, don't worry about it. Next, we have wall peek basic. Now, this is also one of AimLab's new scenarios, which I liked a lot. Now, a lot of people do have problems with it. I've heard in the past where they don't like it because the movement isn't much like Valorant, right? Where you see you move really fast for one, and two, you stop like on a dime. Actually, you can kind of move to the right a little bit. So counter strafing is not really a thing, but it's still good for training reaction time as you do come around the corner and then reacting to where a person's playing, because there's a lot of off angles people will play. The second you peek a corner, reacting and flicking to their head, just like that, right? Ideally, you can start off slow like this, just come around the corner and just shoot and shoot, right? But the faster you get, there's a small window where you're actually standing still. You're just kind of moving like this. I think this is the best training for it, is just try to not stop too many times, and if you miss, just go back and hit it again. Also, another thing I want to talk about this scenario is when you do come around corners, try to track the corner of the wall. This is something that's good in Valorant and just any game with good crosshair placement, is tracking the corner as you clear stuff, right? So as you come around, you want to track the edge so that when you do come around the corner, your crosshair is going to be on the person's head already. Try doing that, right? So it'll be close. It's definitely a good habit to pick up here. Moving on, we have precision scenarios, right? So now we have reflex shot precision. So this is just like reflex shot, but now it's really trying to tame your reaction time. Now it's taming your reactivity. You can shoot fast, we know that. We just practice that. You can shoot really fast, you can react fast, right? You can react well. But now we really want to tame that and use it in a framework that makes sense for Valorant, where the heads are small, right? Where you want to be reacting, but not just shooting right away, but having good trigger discipline as well, and shooting at small targets, but still using reaction time instead to just get that jump and get your crosshairs close to the head first, and then make the micro adjustment. Here for the big targets, you can go kind of fast, but it'll get smaller and smaller as it does. Make sure you're taking more time to hit these, and try to keep your accuracy up while using your speed to just get your crosshair there first. So again, to kind of like put it in your head about how I want you guys to do this, is you want to use your reaction time to flick to where it is first, and then make the micro adjustment to hit the target, right? You're not using your reaction time to necessarily shoot right away, unless it's like a really big target, it's a really easy shot if they're really close to you. Other than that, you want to flick first and then make the small micro adjustment. But by reacting and flicking, making that first step here, right? The step one with the flick, just half a second faster than the enemy can, you're gonna be in a better spot to shoot them in the head with the micro adjustment. So it's about keeping accuracy up with your speed. So now that we have reflex shot precision out of the way, time to move on to one of my favorites, microflex precision. You guys know this. I used to hold number 3 and then number 2, and I think I was also number 1 on this leaderboard at some point. And you guys know I love this scenario a lot. I think it has a great balance of speed and accuracy at the same time. So it's obviously microflex for reflex. It gets smaller, but it's all about being precise. It pairs good aim with reaction time, and that's why I think that I love this scenario so much. And make sure that you acquire the target as fast as you can, right? But take that extra 100 milliseconds, whatever it is, right? To make sure that you're actually on the target. It's important that you actually hit the shot. Remember, Valorant's first blow accuracy, right? If you're missing the first few shots, you're that much less likely that you're gonna actually kill this guy. But yeah, anyways, that about does it. That's the entire Ethos Reflex Routine playlist. The link to this playlist will be down in the description and in the top comment, the pinned comment down below. So make sure to go check it out. Make sure to check out AimLab. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment, hit that bell, all that stuff. I truly think that if you put real effort into doing this playlist and working it until you see real improvement, you will find so much more success in your games, in your speed and your reaction time. Because you could have like amazing reaction time, right? But you just might not know how to apply it in game situations, how to use it well. This will teach you how to use it in game situations. This will how to use it with your aim, how to pair both, how to work them in with each other. Do this together and I'll see you in the lobby. All right, anyways, guys, I'm Ethos. This is my how to improve your reaction time video. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for the support. Roll to 100,000. Let's try to hit that before 2021. Love you all. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it is. And yeah, later, guys.